requirement, said the Prime Minister, to clarify whether there was a declaration of independence is essential prior to activating the 155 article, which would allow the Spanish government to intervene in the running of Catalonia directly. That seemed to be because many lawyers have said there was a lot of confusion because the Catalan government, Puigdemont, basically last night said that he had the mandate from the referendum on October the 1st to declare independence. He then suspended it in his speech. Lots of his alliance, the CUP, the left-wing party that's propping up the Catalan government, they criticised him because they were expecting a declaration of independence. But then, on the sidelines of the parliament, they all signed, all the pro-independence parties signed a declaration of independence. That wasn't voted on. It wasn't in the normal parliament. So that has created a lot of confusion. And Mariano Rajoy basically says he wants Carlos Puigdemont to tell him what the situation is. The government has made it very clear that they won't be talking about independence and how to organise it. They won't be talking about a break from the state, nor will they be talking about a referendum, which they also think is illegal under the 1978 Constitution. They insist that for any dialogue to happen, the Catalan government must come back within the bounds of the Constitution. And they're being backed up this morning by some of their European partners, by Manfred Weber, the head of the Conservative People's Party in the European Parliament, and also by the Socialists and Democrats. They may feel reassured by that because one of the queries that people had this morning was what is the Catalan government prepared to dialogue about? Is it just a dialogue about how independence happens, or is it a dialogue about alternatives to independence?
Now, Sarah, I mean, we've been speaking about it there. The Prime Minister clearly uncertain. There's ambiguity around what Catalonia's leader was saying yesterday. The people that you spoke to in Madrid today, did that same sentiment come out? Are people just as confused on the ground?
They are just as confused. Many people thought it was cynical of Carlos Puigdemont, and they think that he's trying to play on the sentiments of the international community that doesn't understand Spanish laws, they think, as well as the Spaniards. Many people say to me a lot in Spain, they say the Constitution of 1978 was drawn up by 7 people, 7 men back then. There weren't any women in politics, but 2 out of the 7 were Catalans who wrote that Constitution, and the Catalans voted for it along with the rest of Spaniards in a referendum, a national referendum. 90% of Catalans said yes. So the most Spaniards feel that there's bad faith in rejecting that constitution. There is a slim section of society which is mainly Podemos voters, the anti-austerity party, and they've been calling for a long time for dialogue, and they think there should be a pacted referendum. The Socialists also have been calling for dialogue. They're meeting, the Socialist Party is actually meeting at the moment, and they're due to speak shortly. And the Socialist spokesman last night said that he felt that the term dialogue had been abused by Carlos Puigdemont. He said that a dialogue needed to show that there was goodwill, and he said he found this a cynical move by Carlos Puigdemont.